Indonesia, with a population of approximately 260 million people, is made up of over 17,000 islands and is home to the world's largest Muslim society. The island of Java accounts for more than half of the country's population. Its capital and the country's most populous city is Jakarta, which is also the most populous city in Southeast Asia. The country shares land borders with Papua New Guinea, East Timor and the eastern part of Malaysia. Despite its large population and densely populated regions, Indonesia has huge areas of wilderness that support the world's second highest level of biodiversity. The country also has abundant natural resources, including oil, natural gas, tin, copper and gold. The Indonesian archipelago has been an important region for trade since at least the 7th century, and Indonesian history has been influenced by foreign powers drawn to its natural resources. Muslim traders and Sufi scholars brought Islam, while European powers brought Christianity. They fought one another to monopolize trade in the Spice Islands of Maluku. The country was colonized by the Dutch for 3.5 centuries, but also witnessed Portuguese, French and British rule. It gained independence after the Second World War. Indonesia's location on the edges of 3 tectonic plates makes it the site of numerous volcanoes and frequent earthquakes. In fact, the country has at least 150 active volcanoes, including Krakatoa and Tambora, both famous for their devastating eruptions in the 19th century. Recent disasters due to seismic activity include the 2004 tsunami that killed an estimated 167,000 people in northern Sumatra. Indonesia has a mixed economy in which both the private sector and government play significant roles. The country has the largest economy in Southeast Asia and is a member of the G20. However, the country also suffers from high unemployment, with about 6% of the population living below the poverty line. The resources of the country are unevenly distributed amongst the regions. The country became a net importer of oil in 2004 due to declining domestic stocks and a lack of investment for further exploration. The cost of subsidizing domestic fuel prompted a financial crisis in August 2005, and a vast increase in fuel prices imposed by the government resulted in inflation and interest rate rises. The government has introduced significant tax and customs reforms, the use of treasury bills, and capital market development and supervision. As a result, Indonesia's credit rating was upgraded to investment grade in 2011. So, what does it take to operate effectively in Indonesia? Well, firstly, you'll make a good impression by dressing smartly for business. Commanding respect is essential, and in a managerial position, you'll be seen as a father or mother figure. A leader will have earned the position through either loyalty, seniority in years, achievement, or social status. Once someone has reached leader status, they'll be looked up to by the group, expected to make decisions, solve problems, and generally make things happen. In Indonesia, saving face is essential. Raising your voice, shouting, or putting somebody down in public is to be avoided. In fact, losing your cool indicates a lack of self-control, so think hard about how you handle disputes. When giving feedback, make sure you do it diplomatically. Business in Indonesia is conducted in a harmonious, non-aggressive manner, and the communication style is indirect. If you come from a culture that tends to be more explicit, be sure to modify your style of communication when engaging in conversations. Indonesians are also group-focused and work well in teams. This way, although praise is directed at the whole group, any mistakes can also be shared between the group, reducing loss of face for all concerned. Make sure that you identify and deal with decision makers, but don't rush your counterparts. This will only work against you. To collaborate successfully with Indonesians, focus on building relationships and appreciating the importance of harmony. Remember that Indonesia is hierarchical, so make sure you observe this and remain respectful of how things are done. Equally, make sure you don't lose your cool and remember to avoid making anyone lose face. Finally, invest some time into learning how Indonesians operate. Doing this will increase your chances for successful and fruitful collaboration.